and Rob. We had Vinny Tafuro and Seth Lynne. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Appreciate it, guys. Vinny, always wonderful to have you on the show. You know, I mean, you kind of haven't been on as much as you normally used to be back in the days. I don't know what's happened. We got to get you on here more often.
Now that he's chair, he's too busy.
Seth, welcome.
Thank you very much.
So, Seth, you have a uniform on. You must be a football player?
Actually, I'm in the U.S. Marine Corps, believe it or not.
Are you really? Is that what that whole thing means?
That's exactly what it means.
Very nice.
Now, you're here to talk about the Toys for Tots campaign that the Marines always do every year. How has it been going this year? What are you looking for? What do you need?
It's been going very well, but right now what we really need is toys for the older boys, older girls, teen boys, teen girls. And
what are some of those? Give us some ideas of what those are, because I'm,
some ideas for teen girls, any kind of makeup, that sort of thing, and what really a lot of them like is backpacks, school bags, that sort of thing. Everybody, regardless of gender, you always like the MP3 players, Discmen. Those are, if you really want to help someone for Christmas, that's the kind of thing. If you give, some kid will have a really special Christmas when you give them that.
You're right. I mean, I'm looking at some of the unwrapped toys that people have dropped off today, and they all are geared toward toddlers or 4-year-olds or 5-year-olds, and they are missing the teenagers, so they are the preteens or the tweens.
Exactly, yeah. And if you want to give a really.
What about gift certificates and that sort? Do you take those?
We don't take gift certificates. We don't take
supermarket gift cards. Any of that? No.
Or food or any kind of guns, that sort of thing. Any kind of squirt
food
guns.
Stamps?
No, just toys. Just new toys.
But you wouldn't consider an MP3 player a toy or a backpack a toy. Those are more.
Well, that's where I wanted to get to. I think here. I think a lot of people go, toys for tots. I think the name, unfortunately, maybe the Advertising Federation needs to step up here a little bit, Vinny, and bring out a different brand or a different message, because last year and the year before we've had you on, and you've always talked about the teens.
But you know what? Last year you had us on, and we made the same message, and we got what we needed. So hopefully this year the same thing will happen. So we appreciate it.
So how can people, if they're not coming here tonight, by the time you leave, how can people get these Toys for Tots to you, and where do they go?
Well, here's some ways. The easiest way to do it is just to go to any Publix. Any Publix in Tampa has a box. You can just leave it there. We have a group of volunteers that goes through every day to every one of those Publix and brings them to our warehouse. The other thing you can do is, if you're going to the Bucks game this Sunday, bring a toy there or bring a donation. We'll have a bunch of Marines in uniform waiting to take those for you. And this Saturday at the Lightning game.
When you say donation, a monetary donation?
You can bring a monetary donation too. There'll be a volunteer to pick that up.
And then they buy toys with them that you need, all the pickup.
Exactly. And we'll sort of say, hey, we still need a bunch of toys for some teen girls. We'll go out and take some of that money and buy them ourselves.
That's
wonderful.
What is the Add 2's involvement with Toys for Tots?
Add 2 the last 2 years has kind of been the liaison to connect Toys for Tots with a toy drive at Media Mix. And that's really been our part with it. We don't play a huge role.
No, but the role you do play is vital. It's very important that the
that's
word is
overflowing
given out,
right now.
and the box is filling up with toys here, and it's one stop that wasn't planned before, but now is becoming something that's going to bring dividends back to the, to the old charitable contribution side of things. Now, how many kids? Something like 85, 90,000 kids
get help. In the Tampa Bay area?
Last year, we delivered 319,000 toys to 80,000 kids in Tampa. That makes us the second largest campaign in the entire United States.
Well, is that a good thing or is that a bad thing that we need to have the second largest campaign? Is that we have that many?
Well, it's not really based on need. It's just based on who wants to volunteer and who wants to donate toys. We're not going to sort of say at some point, all right, we've taken care of everybody. We got enough now. We don't just give one toy to each kid. What happens when you volunteer to go through and bag toys, you'll get a sheet. This is given to us by an agency saying, all right, the Jones family has 3 kids, a 3-year-old boy, a 7-year-old girl, and a 9-year-old girl. And you go through and you get 5 or 6 toys for each of them. One big toy like an MP3 player or a Discman, a stuffed animal, some games, sports equipment. And so that kid gets a pretty good Christmas. They get 5, 6 toys, and we'll give those toys out to each of the kids.
That's phenomenal. I got to tell you, I didn't realize that I thought it was, like, here's your toy, and, be a good kid, keep fighting the fight or whatever it is. But to get a Christmas out of this, that you're giving Christmases away.
And that's actually the best part about doing this is when you go through and actually anyone can volunteer to bag toys. You can come to our warehouse. I'll tell you how in a second. you can come by and do that yourself, and you'll get a family. They'll say, hey, we have this many kids, this gender, 3, 5, and 9, and you can say to yourself, all right, and you can imagine the Christmas morning these kids are going to have when they open this stuffed animal,
this MP3,
doll, this MP3, this bicycle.
How can people volunteer with you?
All right, easiest way to do it, I could tell you the website, but you won't remember it. So just Google Toys for Tots Tampa, and that'll tell you where our warehouse is. We have it open every day, from mid-morning until about 8 at night. So if you come by there anytime, you can just come on in. We'll give you a sheet, and you can go ahead and start donating, bagging toys, making sure they get to the right kids.
Before we get to Vinny, I just got to say one thing. This is my little rant here. I think as your federal taxes, if you pay your taxes, you also have to do something good for the community. You should have to do like 10 hours a year of public service, along with being an American, being a citizen of the United States.
More people need to do more public service.
You're
it's
really
very
right.
true.
And a lot of people really want to do it and don't know how, especially this part of the season. Here's a way we're going to make it easy for you. Here's a way you can actually help out. And, if you don't know how to get the toys to the kid, we'll get the toy to the kid for you. Just bring some toys. We'll make sure they get to the right kids.
Again, Google Toys for Tots Tampa, and you'll get all the information you need. Vinny, how's Ad 2 doing?
Ad 2 is doing wonderful, both nationally and locally. We've got on Tampa Bay. We've got a lot of events.
Well, nationally, because you're big cheese now, aren't you?
Oh, big cheese.
You are a big dog.
And Vinny, thank you very much for co-sponsoring Media Mix tonight. I think there is a pretty good turnout, so your efforts for that.
Thank you.
Give us
Well, tell us a little bit about, real quick, your public service that you guys are doing with Ad 2. Just 20
we
seconds.
selected Wheels of Success, and what they do is they provide, their slogan is working wheels keep families working. And basically what that comes down to is they provide cars that are donated to families in need of transportation to help them achieve their goals.
Love it.
Yeah, because people forget about that. You can get a job, but you need a way to get the job, especially if you have
need a way to get the toys for Tots, so get in the car.
Exactly.
Give us your the URL for Ad 2 Tampa Bay.
It's www.ad2tampabay.org.
And then again,
easier than that.
You can Google Toys for Tots Tampa, and you can find out everything that you need to find about helping Seth and the fellow Marines out for Toys for Tots.
Hey, thank you very much, and happy holidays.
No, I hope
much.
it works out. Your box is overflowing.
It is
so.
overflowing.
Really box.
It's very good.
You guys be proud of yourselves. Thanks so much for helping out.
Hey, thank you guys.
Appreciate it.